What's up, people? This is the People's Podcast presented by the Wrestling Republic. It's your boy, Young Meech, a.k.a. Scooney Mac, a.k.a. Young Twiggy, and my co-host is...
Yo, the beast sleeping in the east. The king that's been crowned with the one, the only John Wiley. What's going on, people?
All I gotta say is I knew from the beginning, Roman Reigns would be one of the greatest of all time. I knew it from the beginning.
Stop the cap! I was there. I was there when the Shield first came out. I was like, who are these guys in white uniforms? I picked Roman. You know who you picked? Seth. I remember this. I remember me berries, man. Stop the cap, man.
Seth ain't bad, but I gotta just say this. Roman Reigns. I think people are starting to praise him a lot more. But I just gotta go on the record and say this. This man right here, I don't care. I don't care. I know how we've been talking about John Cena and what the impact John Cena was able to make, especially just on pop culture, cutting through just WWE to, main news. But Roman Reigns, I don't know. This whole storyline with the bloodline and the way Roman has been the tribal chief, I'm almost ready to say it. I'm liking this Roman run more than any of John Cena's runs. I'm almost ready to say it.
I've been saying this for a while now. John did more harm than good. At least I look at the Roman Reigns bloodline storyline. This is what we call good long-term booking. You know what we call bad long-term booking? We're going to look at CM Punk's one-year reign. Not a lot happened, dog. Let's talk about Super Cena. Yeah. Let's kill off 7 guys in a whole faction. Yeah, man. Nah, it ain't it. This Roman run is special, dog. This is special. Cinema, even.
I'm like cinema. I'm like literally, when I think of the Royal Rumble, when I think about the expectations that we had, the predictions we had, I don't know if the Royal Rumble really lived up to that, but I know one thing for sure. That cinema, that freaking masterclass Roman Reigns and the bloodline put on with Sami Zayn, that was the best part of the Rumble. And honestly, it didn't need The Rock, but it would have been some great entertainment. Right when Jey Uso was walking out the ring, if The Rock music would have cut on, that would have took it over the top. But it didn't need it. But yeah, Roman, I just gotta say this. Roman freaking Reigns. Obviously, he's the best in the world right now. But yeah, this guy's on a different level. At this point, I'm not even sure if I want to see his reign come to an end.
I say let him hit 1,100 days, and then we end the reign.
So does that mean that you have him beat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania?
Yes. Without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah, we let that happen. We let Cody Rhodes beat him further down the road. I would like for Cody Rhodes to go get some help. Maybe from The Rock, maybe from his brother, maybe from Austin. Somebody that'll make it be like there's going to be somebody in your corner, because as you've noticed, Roman's always had people in his corner, and it's just about time.
Yeah. I'm still just interested in seeing what, I mean, right now, man, that's just tough to say. Like, because I believe so much in this little the story of Cody, to be basically the first in the family to win like a world heavyweight championship. I believe in it, and then it makes so much sense for it to happen at WrestleMania. But the run that Roman is on, I'm not exactly sure I want to see this come to an end just yet. Even though it's not like they can't just pick it back up, like Roman take a few months off and then just come back and dominate again. But it's just like, I don't know if I want to see him lose just yet. We do got some more time though to see. It's still about 60 days left before WrestleMania. So still a lot more time.
Yeah. And I'm just saying, I think what's it called? If we get to SummerSlam, that'll be enough time to actually him to eclipse 1,000 days. I'm just saying, dog. We gotta get Roman to SummerSlam with the belts.
I also want to say this. I want to throw this out there. Um, back in the day when Roman was in the Shield, honestly, I literally thought he was the guy. He had the look. I was waiting because then I was like, man, he just seemed like he's gonna be the breakout star. But when the WWE start getting their hands involved and trying to make him become that baby face to be accepted by the fans too quick, started pushing him just a little too quick. That's when it was like I started having some pushback. And then his promo skills wasn't at the best back then. But and then Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose started to excel. But
Shit.
Roman is completely surpassed both of them right now. Even though both are great. Seth Rollins obviously phenomenal. John Moxley phenomenal too. They not on Roman's level though. I'm sorry.
The way I say Seth is because I say this 2022 is the year of Seth getting the moniker of Wrestling Jesus back because every time Seth was in a match, it's always good. So that's the way I feel about that. And the way I see it about the Roman thing, I was there from the beginning. I was there from the start when I first saw him come down them stairs. Everybody was all like, nah, man, Seth's the guy. Nah, y'all just hopped on the bandwagon way late. I was there for the suffering succotashes. I was there when he was over there beefing with the McMahons. Yeah. I was there for the good and the bad. And I always said, this guy's going to be the star. And here we are now. Yeah, everybody want to hop on the bandwagon now. Yeah, yeah.
I gotta say this though. Seth, okay, maybe Seth and John Moxley could be on his level. They just don't got the best story around them right now. And that's probably the biggest thing. When Roman got put into this great storyline, having being the tribal chief, putting the bloodline around him, it did take his stock to a whole nother level. And then it just seems like he's way more comfortable with being this character. It seemed like this character is him basically. So it's
Oh, yeah.
like maybe Seth Rollins is definitely on that same level, but he just needs a better push probably or something. They just got to give him some wins. They just got to give him some wins. Put him in some great storylines. I don't know.
I guess that attributes to Seth Rollins because even knowingly Seth has been taking L's, dude is still viable, still very viable. Most people, when they take this many L's, they'd be like, man, I'm getting buried out here, man. This sucks. You look at Seth, you're like, show. That guy is out here killing it. So, hey, man, I think Seth is bulletproof. I don't think you can hurt that man's career.
I
I
think
don't think you can.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they just got to do something good with Seth at WrestleMania. Like I do want to bring this up. So Seth Rollins recently did an interview and they asked him about CM Punk possibly returning to the WWE. And though Seth Rollins was very much so in character, it seemed like when he was like answering this question, he basically was like, "No, I don't want to see CM Punk in the WWE. Like he needs to stay away completely." He seemed like he was in character, but to me, I'm like Seth Rollins need a match like that at WrestleMania. I wouldn't mind seeing him face CM Punk.
Yeah, yeah. I saw that quote and I'm like, that's a little too aggressive for Seth because I seen when Seth tweets like a regular person.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little too aggressive. That sounds like an in character Seth. So I think CM Punk versus Seth Rollins might actually happen.
We need it to happen or something like that because I'm like Seth Rollins. He needs to be in a big match at WrestleMania, and it already seems like Edge is possibly going to be facing maybe Finn Balor because they still keeping this Judgment Day rivalry going. Um, then it's like who is nobody else really for Seth Rollins to face that would be like a real big time match. Maybe there's some people he can face that will make a good match. Obviously, Seth doesn't have a bad match, but to be on that level, I feel like yeah, CM Punk probably should come back and they should
Well,
somehow make that happen.
yeah. There is one more match in Goldberg's contract, so we can just throw Seth and Goldberg in there.
Oh,
But I don't
oh.
want to see Goldberg.
Seth Rollins will actually probably make that a good match. Not gonna lie, like you
I
put
wish
Seth
we did
Rollins
that.
in the ring with anybody, he can make it a good match.
You know what I wish we did, but that timer has been ran out. We wish we could turn back the clock and just, Seth versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania. That would have been dope.
Yeah, yeah. If it was, yeah, that could have been dope. Sean is completely done though. Sean is
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, like his hairline, it's over.
It's
Take the
over.
L out of lover, brother. It is over.
It is over. Recently too, since you already brought up Shawn Michaels, I heard him. He had an interview where they asked him about Mandy Rose, and I guess they asked him, did he have anything to do with the firing of Mandy Rose, and he basically said no, like he had
Like,
nothing to
come
do
on.
with that.
Let's put two and two together, dog. Let's think about that. The dude had her as champion for almost 400 plus days.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he fire her? That wasn't a Sean decision. That sounds like a sponsorship slash executive producer slash uh stockholder decision. That don't sound like a Shawn Michaels. I bet you Shawn Michaels would have been like, "Go ahead, do it, let it rock, shoot."
That definitely
So
doesn't sound like no Shawn Michaels. I'm like, we know the career Shawn Michaels had. Like, the man practically started D-Generation X. Shawn
mhm.
Michaels cannot be the one to fire Mandy Rose over some fan time, OnlyFans, whatever it's called. So,
Yeah, and then on top of that, like, um, the way Sean and Triple are kind of regarded in the backstage of excuse me, WWE,
mm-hmm.
the way they're kind of regarded backstage, they're kind of like Snoop Dogg, aka Uncle Sean and Uncle Triple. That's how they've been going down. And everybody comes to them with their problem. And it seems like they really do care about the people they bring in, and most of the time, nobody really has anything bad to say about them in the process. So, like, it don't make no sense for him to fire her. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see that. So I definitely believe Shawn Michaels. I heard some people that didn't believe him or something like that, that he had to have something to do with it because he's running NXT. But I'm like, I just don't think Shawn Michaels will fire her unless
Yeah.
he literally have to. So I'm like, either way it go, I feel like Shawn ain't the one to blame for this at the end of the day. So
Nah, nah. Like I said, I think somebody over Sean fired her because it don't make much sense for Sean to be the guy to do it. Because it's like he don't got. I think he has like control, but he ain't got that much control. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. So, but I want to break down this match too. On the
Mm-hmm.
Royal Rumble card, as we
Mm-hmm.
recap the Royal Rumble, tell me your
Mm-hmm.
thoughts of the Bray Wyatt and LA Knight pitch black match.
Oh man, the better question is, what was that match? I'm still trying to think about what the hell happened. Cause like every time I think about that match, I'm still pondering, like, bro, what did I see? Was I watching two men in a strip club? Was I
Yeah,
watching a terrible attempt at trying to sell some toys? I just don't know what I was looking at, dog.
they
And
was
then we have
playing
my man in
freaking.
bright neon banana yellow trunks. I'm like, LA Knight, we didn't leave TNA for this. And then we have Bray Wyatt doing his worst Jeff Hardy impression. I'm just like, bro, I feel bad for everybody in the nosebleeds for having to see this. This is terrible. And then we had Uncle Howdy just show up randomly out of nowhere, unprovoked, just popped up out of nowhere, and just, dropped the elbow drop and called it a day. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, we waited how many months for this man to get back in the ring? For this? Terrible. 2 stars out of 10, man. Give me my money back. I want a refund.
I gotta say this, like, I don't know why they keep putting Bray Wyatt in so much weird matches. Like, it's like when Undertaker had his moment, Undertaker in his run, Kane and their run. Like, of course, Undertaker and Kane had the buried alive matches. They had the Inferno matches, Hell in the Cell, all these different type of matches. But that they didn't have those matches all the time. It's like every time I see Bray Wyatt, it can't just be a regular match no more. I'm like, it's wrestling at the end of the day. Like, Bray has to be in some type of regular match. Like, it doesn't have to be a pitch black freaking glow in the dark match. Like it don't have to be none of those type of themes sometimes. But the one thing I do gotta say about this, I did like the ending with Howdy jumping off the little stage thing because it just showed me that there's a possibility that we can actually see those two team together. I'm trying to see who the heck is actually Howdy. Like
Bro, I'm
his
telling you, it's Bo Dallas.
but I'm like, they can't just have Howdy come out. This can't just be his only moments. Like he actually eventually is gonna have to wrestle a match, right? Like a real match. So you might as well team him up with Bray Wyatt, and they might as well have like tag team matches or do something. Because I'm like, his moment can't just be having these little freaking mind games, and then he jumps off the freaking stage here and there. It just can't be that all the time.
I mean,
So
give it some time, man. We got to, like we said with Roman, long term booking. We got to wait for it to play out. You can't jump off the ship yet. We got to sync with it.
I believe in Bray Wyatt. I actually like Bray Wyatt. I feel like he's a pretty good character. I'm just saying, like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just they gotta. I don't know. They gotta speed something up eventually. Like, man,
Yeah.
they keep doing these freaking mind games with freaking Alexa Bliss. I'm like, when is she gonna join the team? Speaking of that match, speaking of Alexa Bliss, what did you think of the Raw Women's Championship match with Bianca Belair and Alexa Bliss?
That was so forgettable, dog. I forgot what happened. It's crazy. I watched the Royal Rumble like at least about, I want to say about 2.5 hours ago. I didn't forgot what happened, dog. All I know is Bianca won, and then is some weird shit happened at the end with Alexa Bliss. Hey man, I forgot, dog. You tell me.
I'm gonna say this: Bianca Belair just looked like it was complete dominance. Bianca just looked like she wasn't supposed to lose, and how aggressive she was in that match, it was complete dominance. Like to me, like it showed me that WWE doesn't plan on Bianca losing anytime soon. How she dominated Alexa, and then
Yeah,
this kind of goes into perfectly with the freaking Rhea Ripley who won the Raw Women's Royal Rumble, and she's actually choosing to face Charlotte Flair.
side note, wait.
Yeah.
You telling me you think the WWE would make the black champion lose a day before Black History Month?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I
Yeah,
didn't even think
That would
about
have been a
that.
media hellstorm, dog. That's not good for business, dog.
That's why she had a little pep in her step. She had an extra pep in her step. She was throwing haymakers out there on Alexa. I was like, Alexa, there's no way Alexa can win this match.
Oh nah, man. She had the job out that time. You ain't winning this on your best day.
Oh
Oh
man.
man. And I don't think you remember, but if I'm not mistaken, Rhea Ripley got folded by Charlotte when she came down to NXT to go take her belt. I remember that.
Yeah, I do remember that.
So it makes sense why Rhea wants that salty run back, the extra salty run back. Saltier than some McDonald's French fries, salty. Like, yeah. Don't think I forgot.
I think it actually makes sense though. Like at first, initially, I was like, "Wait, what the heck?" Everybody thought this was pretty easy. You put Rhea Ripley against Bianca Belair. It's like it's magic. She won the Royal Rumble. It's easy. They both on Monday Night Raw. But then I started to think about it, and I was like, it actually does make sense for her to face Charlotte because at the end of the day, as Bianca Belair, she's been at the top of her game and she's going to continue to extend. Rhea Ripley is still extending. You still want to kind of keep that dream match from happening so soon. I can understand why that. You kind of want to still let them build each other up some more. And then eventually, when people are really, really wanting to see it, then it's like, now we will give it when Rhea Ripley is kind of on that same level in terms of star power with Bianca. You don't want to just keep on giving us these dream matches too soon. So I see why they kind of delayed that and it's like, let's have her face Charlotte.
Well, we could have like a unifying match because it's later on at SummerSlam.
Mm.
Well, that could be a thing. Um, One way I like to look at it is like this. The scenario, I like the one thing I want to say since we're talking about the Royal Rumble, I do want to talk about the storyline that went in because the Royal Rumble for the women's I say was better because at the end it started getting better and more fast paced and there were a lot more better story elements to it because I liked Bailey in her group. But let's just focus on Rhea,
Mm-hmm.
and I like how Rhea and Liv Morgan lasted till the end. I thought that was really good. And then on top of that, I do like how Asuka's involvement came in as well. And I think if there ever was somebody to go after Bianca Belair, I think it would be a heel Asuka.
Mm.
Yeah. And on top of that, the reason why I think Rhea wouldn't in storyline wouldn't go after Bianca because she's already beaten Bianca. There's not really much of a point. So I think she would most likely want to go after Charlotte because, hey, like I said, she got folded. Now they got to run it back.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it's like I think Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair is technically is like going to be two stars in the making. So you kind of want to split them up from each other as long as you can until you can build towards that match when
Yeah.
they're at their top of their game, like
Kind of
fully in
like
their
The Rock and
prime.
Austin. You
Yeah,
want to
you
keep them separated.
exactly you want to keep that separated until it's the right time and it's built up so much that it's like now we really got to see that match. The fans can't control it. They really want to see that match. So I'm like, Rhea, eventually she beats Charlotte. She becomes SmackDown Women's Champion. She dominates on SmackDown. Bianca continues to dominate on Raw, and then eventually down the line they will face each other. So I see why they would do that. That makes sense. So
Yeah. I'm kind of cool with Bianca being champion for so long because the titles have, if you, I don't know if anybody's noticed, they've been getting kind of thrown around from person to person. It's been the same four faces. So I'm glad that Bianca's held the title around for so long because she's the only fresh face we've gotten with those belts. And she's kind of like one of the only few people we view as viable to have it on her.
mm.
So I think what WWE is doing with her and Rhea it's a very good job.
I actually think Bianca versus Asuka. I didn't really give that too much of a thought until you said it. I think that would be a good match.
Yeah.
That may very well be the WrestleMania match for
Mm-hmm.
Bianca. Because I was thinking, I was like, after Rhea chose to face Charlotte, or I'm like, who's going to face Bianca?
Yeah.
Asuka's a
Because
valuable, yeah, she's definitely a valuable pick.
Shayna Baszler ain't got the star power right now. And I don't want to see um I don't want to see old girls show up and face her. I think that match wouldn't be good. Ronda Rousey, I don't want to see that.
Oh wait, that may still be that may actually happen. Remember, I said that. I thought that was possibly a good opportunity that Ronda, if she did win the Rumble, they would go with that. But guess what? She
Yeah.
didn't win, and then Rhea wins. She chooses to face Charlotte. That may actually be the match. Watch Ronda end up in that elimination chamber match. Watch
Let's see.
to face
I just
Bianca.
think they need to move Ronda and Shayna to the tag team division. Just let them do that for a bit. Man. I don't want to see Ronda near the title again, dog.
I think
I don't want to see that happen, dog.
you
Until she gets Stephen A. Smith as a manager, I don't want to see her talk again, dog.
until she gets Stephen A. No, she need to get freaking Paul Heyman as a manager. That's who
Nah,
she
nah, nah,
need.
nah, nah, nah. He's loyal to the bloodline. We can't be just using that up right now, dog.
Man, he is loyal, but the bloodline may be disbanding. Speaking of that, let's actually talk about. Let's fully break that down. Tell me your thoughts on the match with Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens, and the cinema afterwards.
Oh man, I thought this match was pretty average and pretty like lackluster for me. Then seeing Kevin Owens botch is actually kind of heartbreaking because he never botched. He botched that match. Remember, he was in the turnbuckle, he slipped, and he had to run it back again in the corner.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, this is mediocre to say the least. But I will say this: that the whole thing before and after is what saves this Royal Rumble from being a very mid-tier, mid pay-per-view, man. Because it's like, bro, I was really bored watching this. Keep it a buck with you. I didn't care what happened in the Royal Rumble, man. Either one of them. So top of that, it don't help that this Royal Rumble was mad predictable as well. So to give me that match and its ending, cinema. Right there. Cinema.
Do you think it was too soon that they broke that they had Sammy? turn on Roman.
Nope. Perfect. Perfect time to do it. Because now we get somebody Roman to squash in between the time of him for him to get to WrestleMania.
It just okay. Initially, even though it's amazing cinema, it was absolutely amazing. The best part of the Royal Rumble. Initially, I was like, may have been just a little too soon because obviously Roman is facing Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I just didn't think you did all of this with Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn becomes this freaking hot baby face right now just to see him get squashed by Roman. I don't think that all these months of him being a part of the bloodline, I don't think that would make any sense to me. So something has to happen out of this. Sammy turning on Roman, Sammy has to become something big from this. I don't know what they gotta like. To me, putting him against Roman, I don't think that's the right thing. I don't think because obviously he's going to lose to Roman, so I don't think that's the right thing to do.
Don't tell me you one of those people that want to see Sami Zayn as champion. Don't tell me that.
But it only makes sense that something great needs to happen like that because it's like all these months he's been a freaking part of the bloodline. Sami Zayn's stock goes freaking all the way to the top. And then we just have him get squashed by Roman. It'll be like, what's the point? What was the whole point?
Because first of all, we already know that Sammy's a tier 2 kind of guy. He's not a tier 1 kind of guy. And on top of that, I've always known about the way Sammy's character is built up. If he can't get past Drew McIntyre, what makes you think he's getting past Roman?
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't think they should do that match because I'm like, if you do that match, Roman is gonna win. So
Floating like some fresh laundry? Yeah. Let it happen. How's this any different from the last couple times?
Yeah. Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. For some reason, I think of Daniel Bryan. I think of Kofi Kingston when they had their freaking magical run. I just felt like that's the storyline that they was kind of building up with Sammy. So I'm like, the fact that that's what I'm like. To me, Sammy's like a star right now in the WWE. So I'm like, you can't have him get squashed by Roman. If you have him, you just kind of gotta. I don't know what they gotta. They gotta just kind of. I don't know what to do with that. I actually have no idea what they're gonna do with that.
Sammy is just the flavor of the month. Hey man, come on now, man. Get your clarity, dog. Drink some water, man. Go outside. Get some fresh air. Y'all need help. You ain't the first person to say this. I say y'all all need help.
Sammy doesn't have to win. He doesn't have to beat Roman, but you can't have him get squashed by Roman.
I want that squash. I want the cinema.
You got to have him. To me, maybe just Sammy and Kevin Owens. They go after the Usos, even though we don't know what Jay is about to do still. But you have Sammy and Kevin Owens go against the Usos, become the tag team champions. That's the best I can kind of see from this now. But it's like, yeah, because to me, I don't believe Sammy could beat Roman. I don't believe it. Wouldn't be believable. So
speaking of the Usos, we gotta give that boy Jay best supporting actor.
Man, for sure. I'm like, man, his acting actually looks real. Like he be really into it.
Yeah.
It's so believable. So I'm definitely on with that. Jay may dang near be a star to me. Like, do you think he can actually go on a solo run?
I've been waiting for the Usos to go on separate ways just to see what they can do separately. Because I know they can talk. And I know they can wrestle. So I think, hey, give it an experiment. Hey man, I wouldn't have an issue if we separated the Street Profits as well.
Man.
Also, I feel like Montez Ford need to cut somebody out. Him getting disrespected like that, just coming in to get swiftly eliminated. Also, hit Road getting swiftly eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Matter of fact, the men didn't even get to go in the match. The female member did. She got eliminated the moment she got there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah, I feel we need to make some changes around here. hmm But side note though, to get back on track, I'm very curious because does that mean we get to see Roman in tag team matches, or do we get to see um solo in tag team matches?
Hmm.
You know what I'd like to see? Like a handicap match. Roman in a handicap match.
Against who? Roman in a handicap? Because I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, we could throw him up against Alpha Academy or even the what's it called group? I forgot their name. God dang it. The Brawling Brutes. Like, I'm just saying we could do that, man. Tell Roman steamroll a couple guys. Be like, man, I'm so good I can hold the belts by myself. Imagine Roman coming out with 3 belts.
I, I,
Comes out
I
with the
want to say,
tag team and stuff. Yeah, what's
yeah.
up?
I was gonna say eventually. I think they need to split up the championship belts though. I do think they need to split it up.
It's coming, dog. It's coming. Right now, what we're doing is we're upping the value. We're building the stock on them belts again. Because, like I said, once we start letting clowns like Chris Jericho and Jack Swagger get them belts, hey man, they were pointless, dog. They were pointless.
But I'm
We're
just,
right now. Yeah.
I'm just like, when do they do it though?
Well, we could do, like I said, like we talked about earlier last podcast, we could have him lose 1 belt one night and have him retain the other the next night, or we could separate. We can make a new unified belt for the WWE World Heavyweight and a Universal Championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we separate the tag team belts because I feel like it is kind of scandalous to have the Usos hold on to them belts like that. I feel like that's kind of rough.
Yeah, I definitely agree. That's why I'm like, you know, a while back when we were saying, I was like, both nights Roman should defend the championship belts. I think this is what they should do now. Now knowing the finish of the Royal Rumble, obviously Cody Rhodes won. I do got something to say. I got something more to say about the Royal Rumble, but I'm gonna finish this point. I'm gonna say this. I think Roman, if since it doesn't seem like he's about to face The Rock is pretty much out of the equation. It seems like I'll have Roman defend one of the championship belts against Cody, like the Universal Championship belt, and then the WWE Championship belt. I will have him defend it against Sami Zayn.
So like night one, Sammy versus Roman. Roman steamrolls Sammy. Then after that, night two, he faces
Cody,
uh,
and he
Cody.
faced Cody and loses. Yeah,
I would like for The Rock to be involved in WrestleMania and just to help cost Roman.
exactly. That's what I want to see too. That
Like I get it, Rock. You can't wrestle. Hey man, cost somebody the match, dog.
yeah. That's why, like to me, that actually kind of makes the most sense now because it's like it can literally end off the Sami Zayn being a part of the bloodline on the biggest stage. Like to me, the best storyline involves Sami Zayn. It can't just end like this. It should end like at a WrestleMania. Sami gets a shot. He loses though. It's such a great match that we actually believe Sammy's gonna win at some points. Then he lose though. Night one. Night two, Roman is trying to defend the second belt. And then maybe The Rock comes out and then Cody ends up winning the Universal Championship and becomes the Raw Universal Champion to split up the championship belts too.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, only time can tell at this point.
Yeah. And then it's like, what are the Usos and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens going to do? It's a lot about to happen tomorrow, probably on SmackDown, if Roman and them show up to kind of give us some answers of what's about to happen. I seen on IG, freaking Sami Zayn posted a bunch of the bloodline stuff that he memorabilia, and he put it next to like a trash can or something like that.
To the curb.
Oh man, so definitely was interesting. I do got to say this though. I got to say this. I got to finish this point with the Royal Rumble. I just don't understand. if Cody Rhodes was going to win the Royal Rumble, which I have no problem with, why did y'all let us know he was actually going to be in the match like weeks ahead of time? If y'all was going to have no surprises, no The Rock, no Stone Cold,
Oh man, you didn't care about Booker T.
oh my God, Booker T looked like he barely can walk down that stage. Them legs was too skinny. Them
I mean,
freaking legs was so skinny. I was like, his legs can't hold up his body no more. I was like, Booker got to stretch out. You got to stretch, Booker, every day. That as you get older, John, one thing I'm learning, and I just started practicing this week, make sure you stretch. Stretch every day. Even on days you don't work out, stretch. And also on days you do work out, stretch before your workout and stretch after the workout.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Trust me, I learned, man. When I was hooping, I used to be like, God dang, back to back leg cramps. So yeah, I learned my lesson. Yeah, I stretch all the goddamn time, all the time.
Yeah. And it looked like Booker
Y'all
needs to
also didn't
stretch.
stretch though. Cody Rhodes, so you tore that pec. You better stretch.
Stretch, foam roller, all that stuff. Booker looked like he hasn't stretched in some years. Booker need to stretch. But it was nice to see Booker T out there for about 2 seconds. He lasted about all of 2 to 10 seconds. So it was cool to see him. Um, One other thing I want to say about this Royal Rumble, about the women's Royal Rumble match too, Nia Jax made her return. I was right. I was right.
I didn't think Nia was gonna actually return. I actually thought that she was done. But nah. She actually returned.
I don't know. It may be a one-off though. She may just have returned for the Royal Rumble though.
I hope it is a one off though, because I still feel like they shouldn't have fired her, and I still feel like with all the information about what happened between her and Charlotte was not uncovered. And I feel like they fired her to protect Charlotte. And I feel like if that's the case, then it is what it is.
Mm, yeah,
And personally, I don't want Nia Jax back. Not because I think she's a bad wrestler or anything like that. I'd just be like, hey, man, I think you served your purpose.
they may throw Nia Jax with freaking Bianca Belair. You never know who's gonna be these final little entrants in the Elimination Chamber match. So, and in the
Meech,
Elimination Chamber
Meech,
match to be the
Meech,
yeah,
Meech. Don't breathe that into existence.
you may
Please
see
stop.
you may see Nia and Ronda in that Elimination
Please
Chamber
stop in the
match.
name of the law. God dang it.
Whoever's gonna be the number one contender to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, you may see Ronda, Nia Jax in there. Or you may see
Where
a
do
few
you get these ideas? Do you be daydreaming about this?
Ronda. I don't mind seeing Ronda face Bianca. Honestly, I do not mind. I don't know who WWE is gonna book to win that match. I have no idea who they're gonna book to win that. Bianca's freaking female John Cena right now, and Ronda is Ronda Rousey, who hasn't really took too many clean losses for a reason. So like, I don't know who they would book to win that match. That's what makes me excited about that match.
Hey man, I know exactly how to do it. Roll up pin 3 seconds. Bianca wins. Gone.
Roll up pin. If that, oh my god, I would literally. I'm canceling my subscription with Peacock. I'm canceling. I'll be like, really? At WrestleMania, we got a roll up pin? Come on, man.
Yes.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I want to bring this up. Logan Paul did make his return. I got a question for you about Logan Paul.
What up?
Do you feel that Logan Paul can be a legit champion in the WWE?
I hadn't said it like this before. I think he's better than 60% of the roster on AEW. Yes, I believe he could be a legit champion. Do I think he could be WWE champion? I don't know yet. His mic work still needs work. He still needs to get on the mic and start barring people up. He hasn't been able to do that. We saw what happened when he went up against Roman. Dude looked like a deer in headlights. And then we saw him at a press conference where he's supposed to be just, talking normally. Dude got himself confused with a table. So till he gets that mic work up, I don't want to see it happen. But when he does, yeah, I can see him hold the IC, the United States. When he does well with that, then we can talk about the WWE Championship. Till then, you got to wait and see.
What did you think of that spot too with him and Ricochet?
I would have been surprised if I didn't already see it between Ricochet and Carmelo Hayes.
Mm.
But I will say, I showed all my non-wrestling friends that spot. They all were losing their minds.
Mm.
So yeah, it was cool.
I want to say this. I think Logan Paul can be a legit champion, which is actually surprising to me. When I first heard of Logan Paul being a part of the WWE, I was like, I didn't know what they going like how that was gonna turn out. But Logan Paul is legit entertainer. This man is actually good at wrestling. And he's keep putting on amazing moments. Like, I'm like, when he had that match with freaking Roman Reigns, then you have this great spot here. I'm like, the great spot with Ricochet, I'm like, at this point, if you had The Miz become WWE champion, I do not mind seeing Logan Paul become WWE champion one day. But to your point, he does have to get better on the mic. He does have to get better at cutting promos, but I feel like as time goes on, he will get better at that. This man has proven it. The man has done boxing, he has done freaking YouTube, and now he's doing wrestling. And he does podcasting. It shouldn't be hard for him to, be able to find that character and express himself charismatically. So I'm
Mm.
like, he already has the in-ring skills. I think Logan Paul will be a legit champion one day in the WWE.
Sure. It's only a matter of time. Hey, you know what you could do? You could book it right now on 2K22. Book it.
I can book it.
Hey, maybe that might be a new gamer video. We booking uh Logan Paul's journey to being WWE champion.
2K23 gonna come out soon too. I think it comes out in March or something like that.
Mm.
The new one. So it's crazy. I still haven't played 2K22, and yet the new one's about to come out.
Wasting money. God dang, man. Hey, if you got disposable income, hey, let me hold on some money, man. You want to buy me a goddamn pizza or something? I don't know.
God
Shoot.
dang pizza. I'm
Let
a dang near. I'm probably never gonna play 2K22. I'm gonna just get 2K23 and play from there.
yeah.
If it comes out
That's
in
the thing,
March,
man. Buying me a copy too, man, since you had it, dog.
I'll send you 2K22.
This man.
um,
Pristine, fresh, still in the plastic.
Man, got one more topic before we go. Who do you think will be more over in the next 2 years, Gunther or Austin Theory? Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. I'm gonna say Austin Theory
Mm,
because I know Austin Theory can talk a lot better than Gunther.
mm.
He said, I just know he is. Top of that, Austin Theory is from McDonough, Georgia. Oh yeah, them Southern boys can talk. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I'm gonna put my money on Austin Theory because even though I know Gunther will wrestle, he can wrestle real well. I'm gonna have to put some of my like money making like this is what's gonna make you money in the future kind of eyes on is Austin Theory though.
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I feel like from the same reason you said Austin Theory, it makes sense for him to be more over. But the way WWE fans work is different. Like I feel like booking wise, the WWE is kind of going to book to put Austin Theory more over. Fan wise, I feel like Gunther is going to be more over because this guy can flat out wrestle. Like restoring
Yeah.
like Roman restored the prestige to the WWE Championship belts. Gunther has restored the prestige to the IC title. Like because he's actually made it it's a wrestling, it's the technical wrestling championship belt. And this man, whether he does technical wrestling or just hard hitting wrestling, this guy can wrestle. And the fact that I seen him was the last one against Cody Rhodes in the Royal Rumble match, and those two dang near had a match themselves in that Royal Rumble. I feel like Gunther is going to be more over than Austin Theory.
I feel like he'll be more over in Europe, but yeah.
That's a good one though. I gotta see. I gotta see. I haven't seen Gunther cut too many promos though. That is true. I haven't seen him do that. But the
Yeah,
fact,
I've seen his NXT UK where I think I think if I think it's developmental for a reason. But only time can tell when we go forward with this.
Yeah. So people, let us know in the comment section who you think will be more over in 2 years, Austin Theory or Gunther. Let us know. Before we head on out, you got any words for the people?
Yeah, man, I want to talk about some people that I think are just plain fraudulent. And these fraudulent people are the 49ers. Yes.
What?
Let's talk about them for a second. Yeah, I understand y'all went down to a 4-string quarterback, but at least I know this. If the Raiders was in that position, we would have scored more than 7 points. I'll tell you that. And hey, man, since we're talking about it, dog, y'all can't blame the rest for losing. I saw them penalties. Y'all threw that game away. And then what made it even worse, y'all got a 4-string quarterback. Hey, man, what it told Christian McCaffrey, suit up. It's time to be QB. Get that helmet fixed up. Before I even would have put Brock Purdy back in the game. Yeah. And then y'all got folded. Yeah, I always said y'all was going to get beat by a real team when the playoffs start. Yeah. I always knew it was going to happen. I was going to be like, wait till y'all fight a team with a good offense. It's a wrap. What happened? Got busted in your mouth. Yeah, 49ers.
The funny thing about Raider fans to me is that y'all always talking about some if we would have been there. If y'all, well, guess what? Y'all never gonna be there because y'all ain't been there in years. Y'all always trash. And guess what? Y'all always gonna be that if team. Y'all might as well be like the Dallas Cowboys. If we would have won that game, then we would have been in the Super Bowl. If we would have won a couple more games, we would have been in the playoffs. Guess what, though? One thing I got to say about my Niner gang, we got to have the baddest luck of all time this season. Like, how the heck does we lose every quarterback? We lost every quarterback. Our 4th-string quarterback, forgot his name, I forgot his name. Josh Johnson or something like that? Yeah, Josh Johnson. Our 4th-string quarterback, how does he get injured in the NFC Championship game when he wasn't even starting in that game and he gets injured and gets concussed? I'm just like, it wasn't meant for us. It wasn't meant.
4-string quarterback get injured. How does that even happen?
He wasn't
y'all
even
are
supposed
down
to be
to
in
an
the
emergency quarterback, Christian McCaffrey.
He literally, our 4th-string quarterback was not even supposed to be in the game. Yet he gets in the game, then gets hurt too. Brock Purdy has to come back in the game. Can't even throw the ball. Has to get surgery right now. Going to be out for like 6 months. It's like crazy. But at the end of the day, Chiefs all day, y'all. Chiefs all day. Take out those Eagles, man.
Dang, the Chiefs?
That's what I
That's
got.
spiteful. That is really spiteful.
I got the Chiefs winning that, man. Forget the Eagles. But this is a wrestling podcast, y'all. I gave y'all my prediction. Give us a quick prediction for the Super Bowl really quick. Who you got?
I got the Eagles due to the fact that Patrick Mahomes is running around on one good leg, and the Chiefs defense has always been trash. And I believe is this, and what's on top of that, the Eagles offense has always been firing all cylinders. Like I feel like this is going to be a situation of where Patrick Mahomes is going to be able to play well, but it's going to be looking like the Steelers versus the Packers. They're going to lose because not everybody's good enough to get the job done.
Gotcha. Let us know in the comment section who y'all think going to win. John has the Eagles. I got the Chiefs. This is the People's Podcast.
Hold on. Want to put money on that?
Man, you ain't got no money. I'm just like, what you
ain't got no money.
You ain't got.
I'm just saying, I'm willing to put a dub on it, bro. Come on,
I'll
man.
do that. That ain't bad. I'll do that. I got Patrick Mahomes, so I'm not bet. I can't bet on the GOAT right now, so I can't bet against the GOAT.
Super Bowl's on my birthday.
Oh yeah, so I got you. Yep. Oh, we could definitely make that.
Good birthday, brother. Hand me that 20, man.
Let us know who y'all got in the comment section. This is the People's Podcast presented by the Wrestling Republic. Follow them on all social media platforms and follow DJ's One Heart as well on all social media platforms. And we see you guys in next episode. I said next episode. We out. Peace.